You're on.
I'm on.
Take one.
Take one. Take one.
May I introduce to you the turkey smoker?
The turkey smoker.
Okay, go ahead, Dad.
Easy whiters. But anyway.
Let's open this up. Take two.
Take two now. We'll never get through this. You keep me laughing. No, what I want to do is to start a new family tradition. Now with the advent of the VCR cameras, and Dad has one now, and I'm sure as time goes by, others of us, and hopefully I will have one as the years go by. What I would like to do is kind of follow up in a modernized tradition of kind of like what Dad Callie used to do. Is just everybody take turns in the family, just take 2-3 minutes, not a lot of time, just tell who you are, how old you are, where you were born, all the various things about you, the basic statistics about you, okay? And then what relationship you are to whatever, okay? So as the years go by and we come down into grandkids and great-grandkids, this tape could be passed on to them. And personally, I would love to have had a videotape of my great-grandmother. You know what I mean? And I think this could be something else. And this tape could be go on, and it would take several years to fill up one tape. And then now next year we won't have to go through all this. Next year we could just sit down and say, well, the last year this has happened to me, and I'm a year over now, and that kind of stuff, okay? Does that sound good to everybody?
Sounds marvelous. Who are you?
Hi. Take 3. Okay. Long, drawn-out explanation. My name is Del Lawson. My wife is Joyce Lawson. My daughter is Neva Lawson.
What's your cat's name?
My cat's name is Cleo. My other cat's name is Bootsy. I am now 46 years old, and we live in Kissimmee, Florida. I'm sorry, and then, well, excuse me, I forgot to say that this is 1988. Maybe I should have had it over the head here.
Yeah, right.
1988. Okay.
December the 24th.
Next year we can have it 1990.
December the 24th.
December the 24th. It's Christmas Eve. We're getting ready to open up presents, and
it's 75 degrees outside.
It's 75 degrees and sunny. We just ate Thanksgiving dinner. Thanksgiving dinner.
Take 4.
We just had Christmas dinner out on the screen porch. I'm almost about ready to go put on my shorts. It's been a marvelous day. Almost everybody in the family is here. A couple of the girls are missing, but I'll let them talk about that. I guess that's about all I got to say right now. You've confused you enough now. Some stranger watching this will say, what is going on here? Well, just to say briefly that I'm a magician and a photographer and a concessionaire and whatever else that anybody's willing to pay me for. Okay.
Hello, I'm Joyce Lawson, Del's wife, Nina's mother. I'm 46 years old, and I'm a physical therapist working in Winter Haven Hospital and loving it. Love the people I work with. This has been a marvelous Christmas. Del and I performed in Let It Make His Praise Glorious musical at Faith Christian Fellowship last weekend, and we loved it, and we're very, very blessed by it. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Neva Lawson. I'm the daughter of Del and Joyce Lawson.
Bring your sound up.
And I'm a secretary and a bookkeeper for a construction company. I'm 20 years old. I'll be 21 in 2 months on February 2nd. I can't wait. I'm supposed to be getting married this year, which everybody has heard about 3 or 4 times. To Scott Davis, my fiance. He cannot be here. He's working. I'm having a wonderful Christmas. I got a bowling ball from him on a bowling league.
A pink one.
A pink bowling ball. Yeah. Well, just have to say happy holidays for 1988. Thank you.
I'm Margaret Lawson, Del's mother. Joyce's mother-in-law.
Yay!
I was born in 1916, March 25th, in Nortonville, Kentucky. And we live out in West Florida in Defuniak Springs. And we came down for Christmas to spend with Dellen Joyce and her family.
1988.
And this is 1988. I guess that's it.
Hi, I'm John Burlin Lawson, son of John Nelson Lawson and mother is Sarah L. Lawson Killensworth. Got that backwards, Killensworth Lawson. I was born in Chattanooga, Tennessee, March 9th, 1917. I was educated in Chattanooga. My career was in theater, management, and ownership. I got into politics in 1981, served as city council, and now I am serving as mayor of the city of Phoenix Springs. Dell Lawson is my son. Geneva is my granddaughter, and Joyce Lawson is my daughter-in-law. Hello, Grandma. Joyce Lawson is my daughter-in-law. And we're here for Christmas 1988, and we have enjoyed ourselves with the Joyce's family. Thank you.
I'm Robert Holland Kelly,
Yay!
born in 1944,
You better tell them your other names.
and that makes me 44.
Yeah, it
Me
does.
and 44, and 44 is 88. This is 88. And I have two daughters, Shannon. The youngest is working today. She couldn't be with us, but maybe we'll catch her next year. And my other daughter, Heather, is with us. You'll see her in just a few minutes. I'm married to Carol, my first wife. And what else?
You're a beekeeper.
Oh, I work for Paint Air Conditioning. I do anything for paint.
I'm a masochist.
And to prove it, I keep bees and make honey. They've kept me busy this year, and I have a couple of apartments that I rent out, and they're vacant, and they've kept me real busy getting them fixed up.
I want to hear about your
I've been-
pecan crop.
My pecan, oh yeah, I've got one pecan tree, and it had about 3 or 4 dozen pecans on it this year, so we're really doing good in the pecan business. Thank you very much.
Hi. I'm Carol Kelly, Bert's wife, first wife. That's my daughter. And he forgot to say that we live in Lakeland, Florida. I was born in Keene, New Hampshire, so I'm a northerner.
Is that in the United States?
Yes, it's in God's country.
Yankee.
And my mother and father are not here with us. They have died, and we just went yesterday to St. Petersburg to visit their grave. And let's see, we lived up in New England after we were married for a while in Connecticut, and the girls were born up there when Bert was in the Navy. I am a teacher right now, starting back to the classroom by doing some substitute teaching in elementary school. So I'm anxious to get a full-time job, whether Bert believes it or not. And what is,
Nothing.
that's okay.
We need to know how old you are.
Oh, I was born on October 8th, 1944, so I'm also 44. And my parents' names were Clifford Sheldon Reynolds. He was an only child, born in Massachusetts. And my mother was Julia Irene Reynolds, Hawthorne Reynolds, and she was born in Pennsylvania. I can't remember right now, but that's all. Merry Christmas.
Hi, I'm Heather Kelly. I'm 19 and going to Agnes Scott College in Atlanta. I'm studying fine arts to prepare for a career either in journalism or the music industry. And I'm enjoying this Christmas despite the impending Bush presidency.
Whoa!
I'm Evelyn Kelly, and I'm the widow of Holland A. Kelly. And my children are Joyce and Bert and Robert and Marilyn. And I live in Bartow, Florida. I was born in Jacksonville. No.
No.
Born in Wind City, Missouri, in 1912. And I moved to Jacksonville when I was 12 years old. And we lived there for 25 years before moving to Bartow. And my parents' names were Orville E. Ring and Elva Hazel Shelton Ring. Merry Christmas to everybody.
I'm Marilyn Groves. I'm the daughter of Evelyn Kelly. We have a daughter who is a senior in high school this year, and she's not with us today. Her name is Kelly, and I am a student full-time at the University of South Florida, studying elementary education and early childhood, and I plan to teach in the public school in the kindergarten class. We live in Brandon, Florida, and I was born on June the 10th, 1945.
Oh,
That's
we're
it.
all getting old.
I'm Dave.
We know it.
I'm Marilyn's husband, Kelly's stepfather. When the King of England signed the Magna Carta, I made a quill pen with which he signed the document. Some years later, while traveling in Germany, I made nails. The reason was that Martin Luther needed one to nail an edict to the church at Werford. Some years later, I made some mud. They made mud houses for Missouri. And the Rings and the Sheltons used my mud. Then, as years progressed, I developed an electronic technique that had unusual features. It was so marvelously done. That is, when someone took something that was magnetic for its images, it would erase it. And so I made one that ended up in the White House. And Richard Nixon used it. And I'd like to report when this is over, I'm going to use one on that.
Granny, more like it.
Granny,
What?
tell us where you were born.
Liberty, South Carolina.
And what was your mama's name?
Charlotte's. Hughes.
And she was a Hughes.
Yeah.
And what was your daddy's name?
Clayton.
And what was his name?
Henry Clayton.
Henry Clayton. All right. How many brothers and sisters did you have?
9.
9.
I was the 10th.
Could you
Had to
name
quit.
Could you name them? Who was the oldest, really? Or oldest?
Sophia.
Both people?
Mother.
Okay.
No, I can't think of her name right now. So my oldest sister. I didn't saw her but twice in my life.
Okay.
I was 10 years old when
And where did you go to church?
I died. Liberty, South Carolina Methodist Church.
And what was the name of that little church down the creek?
Golden Creek.
Golden Creek. And were you Methodist?
I was Methodist. That little Golden Creek church is fabulous.
gonna
When you live in the neighborhood, you had to go to both.
And what's your birthday?
December.
Do you remember the year?
We didn't get her name today. We need to get her name. We never did. This is the season of Jesus' birthday, and I wanted us to be sure of what we're celebrating here. Yes, it's toys and presents, and yes, it's lights, but it's also Jesus' birth. Isaiah 7:14, therefore the Lord himself will give you a sign. The virgin shall be with child and will give birth to a son, and they will call him Emmanuel. Isaiah 9:6, for unto us a child is born, to us a child is given, and he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. In those days, Caesar Augustus issued a decree that the census should be taken of the entire Roman world. This was first census took place while Quirinius was governor of Syria, and everyone went to his own town to register. So Joseph went up from the town of Nazareth in Galilee to Judea, to Bethlehem, the town of David, because he belonged to the house and line of David. He went there to register with Mary, who was pledged to him to be married and was expecting a child. While they were there, the time came for the baby to be born, and she gave birth to her firstborn, a son. She wrapped him in cloths and placed him in a manger because there was no room for them in the inn. And there were shepherds living out in the field nearby, keeping watch over their flocks at night. An angel of the Lord appeared to them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were terrified. But the angel said to them, do not be afraid, I bring you good news of great joy that will be for all people. Today in the town of David, a Savior has been born to you. He is the Christ, the Lord. This is to be a sign to you. You will find the baby wrapped in cloths and lying in a manger. Suddenly a great company of heavenly hosts appeared with the angel, praising God and saying, Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace to men on whom his favor rests. After Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea during the time of King Herod, Magi from the east came to Jerusalem and asked, Where is the one who has been born King of the Jews? We saw his star in the east and have come to worship him. When King Herod heard this, he was disturbed, and all Jerusalem with him. When he had called together all his people's chief priests and teachers of the law, he asked them where the Christ was to be born. In Bethlehem in Judea, they replied, For this is what the prophet has written. But you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah, for out of you will come a ruler who will be called the shepherd of my people Israel. Then Herod called the Magi secretly and found out from them the exact time the star had appeared. And he sent them to Bethlehem and said, Go and make a careful search for the child. As soon as you find him, report to me, so that I too may go and worship him. After they heard the king, they went on their way, and the star they had seen in the east went ahead of them until it stopped over the place where the child was. When they saw the star, they were overjoyed. On coming to the house, they saw the child with his mother Mary, and they bowed down and worshipped him. Then they opened their treasures and presented him with gifts of gold and incense and myrrh. And having been warned in a dream not to go back to Herod, they returned to their country by another route. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life. We got some recorded Christmas carols that you'd sing with us. It's rather short.
Happy day, what a happy day, when Jesus Christ,
Oh, everybody.
Don't know that? Well, we've been waiting for a rock.
oh happy day, oh happy day. Eyes have not seen and ears have not heard all the wonderful things so that prepared for us. Eyes have not seen and ears have not heard all the wonderful things he has done. All the wonderful things he has done. All the wonderful, wonderful things he has done.
Now I know you know the rest of it.
The Christians all rejoice with heart and soul and voice. Give ye heed to what we say. Jesus Christ is born today. Man and beast before him bow, and he is in the manger now. Christ is born today. Christ is born today.
God rest you, merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ the Savior is born on Christmas Day.
To save us all from Satan's power when he was gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. Joy to the world.
Here we go.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing.
Sing choirs of angels.
Sing choirs of angels, all sing in exaltation. Sing, oh Shout with joy to God of the earth, sing glory to his name. Tell it of his marvelous worth, his righteousness proclaim. Glory and honor and blessing and power be unto the Lord. Come and let us make his praise. Make his praise. Make his praise. Make his praise. Gloria. Make his praise. Gloria.
He's not warmed up.
You didn't warn me of that. I was warmed up first. That was terrible.
You're gonna be dark.
That's the finale of our musical that we did last week.
No.
Marilyn Burke.
Cute.
Put hers behind you, honey, so it don't get stepped on.
Here we go.
Dell, put hers behind you or something so it doesn't get stepped on.
I want to take a
Oh.
picture of me that.
Oh, Shannon's not here. And Carol.
I'm collecting Santa.
Huh?
Holding it. Are you ready, Santa?
Oh, okay. I didn't know you said they take pictures. I didn't know.
I wanted to get it before. I didn't look that up.
Want some hail?
If you want, yep.
It's gonna take a while.
Yeah, there's quite a few here. Why don't we
I didn't know
share
Santa
a
Claus
load?
lost his legs, feet.
Get my other glasses.
Don't get that, okay?
Yeah, don't take the southern view there, Grandpa.
From the teacher to the preacher from the teacher.
Oh, yeah, I know who that is.
That's cute.
Where's that from?
Neva, where'd you
To
put
the
Daddy's
preacher
glasses?
From the teacher.
When you clean it?
On the shelf to the right over there on that.
That's what you say right there.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I know what.
What's that? What's that?
She got a box of
Melvin
shortbread.
Toast.
Shortbread.
Shortbread.
Scotch
There
shortbread.
you go.
Who's that from?
Dell,
Oh, isn't that nice?
next to my chair, honey.
Okay.
Thank you, Neva.
You're welcome.
Well, I know it ain't a shotgun because it won't go in the case that time.
Oh. Okay.
What are we gonna do with the wrappings?
The note pen.
I'm gonna take mine home with me.
Reuse it next year.
Who's Lois?
Oh,
Granny?
what
Okay.
the preacher got.
Oh.
Oh, that's nice. Look at that.
No, I forgot to tell you about that one when they
What came to the preacher?
ordained the first pope. I loaned it when they ordained the first pope. I loaned him my stove. I loaned him my stove.
Is it got a different design on the back side?
Different color.
David, there's one bad thing about what you did. You're gonna have some confused ancestors. I mean, totally confused.
No, they won't. They'll say we had one nut in the family.
Yeah, nothing confusing about that.
Oh.
Is the
You have
lens
to,
is
you have to
open.
open the.
I do that all the time, Marilyn.
Come on now, act silly.
Act normal.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you, Neva.
Oh, you're welcome.
You got a tag on the inside and
I
out.
know. It's good day. Yes.
You're welcome.
Sure.
More pounds.
I'm sure Papa will help you. I'm sure Papa will help you.
Oh, yeah. What'd you get?
So Grandma,
What'd you get?
open that.
Oh, nuts. Nuts to the nuts.
Who's Cargill?
What?
Who's Cargill?
Oh, Carol?
No.
Cargill Kelly? It's Cargill Kelly here.
I know, I can read mom's writing.
Oh, dear.
Grandma.
What did
Oh
you
my
get
gosh.
first, Neva? What Bert get from Neva?
Well,
Potpourri.
it's to us and to the
Potpourri.
spring.
Potpourri.
Potpourri
On the
simmering
inside of
pot.
it, and I'll take it home and put the
trimming on it. I just didn't have time to put the trim on.
What kind of trim? Maybe I'll stay the same.
Okay, and it supposed to have lace or something around the yoke.
I got one of those for myself.
Ooh, pretty.
Cute idea.
That's a good picture of Shannon.
Marilyn.
I think it'd be more safer.
Whoops. That was floppy, wasn't it?
For needs.
Just mine?
Yeah. It's still there.
Okay.
What you got, Marilyn?
Oh, you gotta share this one,
Christmas
Heather.
trends that children
It says Heather and Shannon.
Nice.
Boo.
No,
it's
that's
Geneva.
from Heather and Shannon.
What? Did I read it wrong? That was kind of strange.
Sully.
I got one too.
The trim on it later.
How pretty.
You got one too, really?
A bathrobe.
I
Pretty.
didn't know you was coming either.
And I didn't know she was coming.
Yeah, we got,
Oh,
we're
wow.
all gonna be matching.
Y'all stand
Look
up
now.
and
If we have a slumber party, you're gonna do
Now,
it.
look.
You're gonna be in
Look
style,
now.
aren't you?
Oh, wow.
That's warm.
Isn't that
Just
pretty?
your color.
Just my color.
Too.
Yes, I'll let you put some trim on it.
Here where I got, isn't that gorgeous?
What is it?
It's a candy dish, it looks like.
Put it
That's
deep.
pretty.
Isn't
Who's
that
that from?
gorgeous? That's the kind I wanted for a long.
Who that from?
You're kidding.
I mean,
Really did?
you know, the colors.
Mama.
I just love it.
Who's it from?
Heather, isn't that pretty?
Who doesn't have?
She'll tell you the story about it when you have some free time.
Now, did you tell Neva?
Smithsonian.
Dell, did you tell her about?
You got to them yet?
No, we haven't got to them, I just don't want her to get to them yet.
Okay, see these
Backlog
presents?
couldn't do it.
They're all
We
the
have
same
some, a
size,
letter from
same shape.
special relative, one of my
There's
relatives.
7 of them.
Okay.
6. No, wait a minute.
Massachusetts company was.
There's only 6 there.
6
I
of
was going to transcribe it and copy it.
I don't think there's that many, I think it's like 5 really.
And he got,
All right.
working on another letter and never got to it.
I'll let him.
Yeah, there's something.
That looks like the same photographer that we Kelly's picture. Did y'all have to grab a camera?
Well, Kelly ain't here. Will we just pack stackers up?
How about over there in that chair,
Okay.
so that we're not tripping on, swatch that cord thing.
What is it? Let me see what name of it.
You wanna see this book?
Thank you, Eva, just what I wanted.
Well, that's it.
Wanted.
Okay?
She wanted excellent taste.
That was a good,
I
good
didn't
music
know to
today.
get the one with the pink on it
Here's
or
what I got
regular.
distracted.
These are fun. Okay.
Never
Oh,
finished in
oh.
there.
Oh,
You didn't, did you?
wow.
And the Kellys is you,
No,
isn't
no,
it?
it's this bunch over here.
Oh, that,
Well, they're Bert's
Where's
Kelly
Kelly?
too.
oh, yeah, well, I tried to get straightened out.
That's pretty.
I'm sorry.
Well, now see,
that's all
I'm
right.
like
It
last
wasn't-
year, I didn't
it
know
wasn't-
y'all was gonna.
Giving it should be given
It
unto
could've
you.
been anyway.
Now that,
Like last year, y'all didn't know I was.
is it a sweatshirt, Mama?
Put it back, but it was your
I
color.
think you would, really, but
Has it got lace or something on it, Mama, on the front? What's it got on the front?
Dad's not.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I looked down and I wrote like air like that.
They do.
Oh, I had one, like two, but I'm not sure.
These smaller?
Probably.
Look, Mom.
Ooh, who's that from?
A money
Grandma,
chest.
she must know
That's
you
the
like
Neva
mom.
from Aunt Carol, what's it doing under me?
This is there.
When I started out there, ooh.
Oh, I bet I know what it is. Ooh, goody, goody, goody.
Heard, I think it's on the record.
Which was?
Which one?
Speed ready.
Oh.
I've actually got that all over.
Oh. I got interrupted 6 times, I know at least.
Right. It's
You
dehydrated.
would not believe.
And I was giving out presents and I went,
Oh my gosh, 2?
2 of them. Wow. 2 sweaters in one.
Yeah.
We can find them.
Yeah.
Get your mug out of the way, will you?
I asked for this. Oh, Thanksgiving, I said, I want one of those, another one.
Well, I haven't got it all the way open.
Because I wear them work underneath my jacket until I get warmed up in the morning.
Who are the cards?
She made 2. Mama. I got one she gave me last year. I got a pink one, and then she gave me her lavender one last year. She doesn't wear it.
Grandma, Kelly.
Mama.
Need
Well, I'm glad you came.
Oh, that's cute. It's a cat?
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh, that's pretty.
Are these all yours?
Thank you.
Hang on, Heather, you
Since you didn't care for the last one, maybe not.
But yours are all gigantic.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that precious? You should have recorded it too.
Hi.
Kind of pedigree. Pedigree choice cuts. 10 meaty.
You got
And this is Jane. Moon sticking straight out in the air.
you got 4 pies.
And there's Heather. Turn around, Shannon. Wave. Say hi.
Josh, how many did you get?
There's
You
O.
got 5. And
There's husband. Grandma. Hi, Grandma.
1, 2,
Hi, Ava.
3,
Hi, and Carol. Bert running from the camera.
Well, you don't stick your tongue out when you win. You put your thumb up. The loser.
Chris.
I have them, but not on me.
Mom. And Kay. Aunt Marilyn. And Les Chef. Les Chef here. Excuse me.
Oh, hi.
Antoine.
No, I'm sorry.
I cook good.
And pow! It's in there.
It popped up.
Oh, the little button popped up.
Yeah,
It must
popped
be
up.
ready.
Excuse me.
Watch, you cut it.
Oh, yeah.
There's another one there. There's another hole in this
Ooh, double hole.
or something.
That was meant. That might have been
Okay,
your
so what
hand.
does it
Might
do?
have been my hand.
So what's going to... The moon over the sun?
The moon is going in sun this
Oh.
time.
Yeah.
Eclipse.
Well, that's fine. So busy having this. This is
Get over here on the other side.
my partner, and
That's Heather. This is Heather's husband, also.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, you're going the wrong way.
I'm here first.
Oh, that's right.
You were at Josh. He's bigger than you.
yeah.
Pictures are. Yeah. Heather, what did you say to Uncle Dell about the...
Well, I already said I like the pictures, and I like the picture of us that we got for
Yeah, one copied. She liked it.
Oh, okay.
The horse, the pony picture.
Oh, that. Okay.
Everybody, this is dip.
Yeah.
You can't dip in it, but it's dip.
Yeah, just keep dip.
It's too stiff
It's
to dip.
spread now.
Dip and spread.
Who's stealing the silverware?
Somebody's been
Well, maybe they're grabbing them.
Was that all it needed?
The turkey?
Well,
We're losing weight.
Huh?
Before I had stuff everywhere that needed to have stuff. Here.
That's the Liberty Bell.
Yeah.
What's in here?
That's in the flipper down.
Oh, it's in pieces.
Oh, I don't want this.
Oh, I thought
Hey.
Okay, hi, I'm Bert, Uncle Bert to some of you guys, Daddy to some of you, Bert Kelly, honey producer, extraordinaire. And I still live in Lakeland like we did the last time. We've lived there 25 years. And what else you want to know about me? That's about it.
Who are you married to?
Married to Carol for 34 years, as of like day after tomorrow.
How many hives?
How
many hives do you have out?
400-ish.
Where are they?
Lakeland, pollinating strawberries in Dover and Seffner and over that direction. And
Sometimes you take them as far as?
and sometimes I take them as far as North Georgia for this beautiful, beautiful sorrelwood honey, which is for sale, by the way. To anyone who's wanting to buy some, might as well turn it into a product endorsement there. That's all I have.
Oh, okay.
Bones and Bert's hip pocket if somebody
Oh,
wants to.
yeah.
Yeah.
Gross. She who guarded my
Carol.
bush is playing with them.
Be quiet, Bert. My turn. I'm Carol, and I still work, I guess you're missing the tape that where I was working
But-
at.
Just say.
Fill in. I now work for the last 10 years at the United Methodist Conference office in Lakeland. I work for the communications department. My office is called the Resource Center, where I send out videotapes and resources to churches across Florida. My hobbies are sewing and singing in the choir. And ask me anything.
Children.
My children, I have 2 grown daughters, Heather, who you will hear from soon, and Shannon, and they'll tell you about themselves. They are here for Christmas this year, which we're glad of. That's all.
Thank you.
I'm Heather Kelly, and I'm 31 this year. Lots have happened since the last time I was on tape. I graduated school, I graduated graduate school, I got married, and I'm working right now for a company called Sapient that bought my company that I worked for before called Human Code, and you can go under. What I do now is make video games, and it's pretty fun, manage projects and deal with a lot of creative people and a lot of creative personalities. And I'm having a good Christmas this year despite yet another impending Bush presidency. So so much has changed and yet nothing has changed.
Your hair.
Can you tell
My
us?
hair's changed. I'm sure in 10 years I'll think this is pretty hilarious hair too.
The games you've worked on, would we recognize any of them or names or anything?
Unfortunately, no. The one game that that is on the shelf that I finished is called Redbeard's Pirate Quest. It got a lot of credit, like awards and things, but it didn't do so well in the market because it was from an independent game company that was like the only product they did, and so it got on the shelves and it did sell, but they just didn't have the promotions of Mattel or a company like that. So I'm really proud of it. I'm sure I'll still,
Oh, there'll be more in the future, I'm sure.
There
I have
could
a
very
copy
well
of it.
What kind of game is it?
Well, it's
CD
really
or-
it's a CD for PC computers, but it uses a smart toy, which is this actual pirate ship toy that you play with by moving the characters around on the toy, and it makes the game like there's a cannon on the toy, and you can shoot the cannon, and it makes you can shoot the characters in the game.
That is cool.
It's really cool. There's nothing else out there like it. And the sad part, it was really exciting technology that the company that made that got bought by Lego, but then last week I found out that Lego shut down their division. So there's never going to be any more like that. Well, until somebody else buys it and does something with it. Well, that's my story thus far.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
My name is Ulf Kastner, and my English is not so good. There is so much to say, but there's so much I want to say, but my English just does not do it justice. It's nicht so gut.
In Deutsch? In Deutsch?
In Deutsch, ja. Ich könnte es in Deutsch sagen. Anyway, so my name is Ulf Kastner, and I'm 26 years old. We just saw with Heather, my wife, and we both live in Austin, Texas. And I work there as what I like to call a computer kindergartner. I take care of people's computers for a public relations agency, which isn't that exciting a job, but I like taking care of people and their computers, so that suits me pretty well. My accent's gotten better over the years, but you can still catch me off guard by throwing me some B's and W's, because they are quite different in German often, so I don't know if anybody has any questions.
Where are you from?
Oh yes, I was born and raised in Vienna, Austria, and I lived there till my, pretty much my 21st birthday, and just briefly after that, I immigrated and moved to the United States to live with Heather.
Hey, very good.
Welcome to the family.
Thank you.
Hello. I am a new face to this camera, as Ulf was. My name is Shannon Kelly, and I wasn't on the last videotape because I was off working somewhere, I don't know, some thankless jobs somewhere. And now, let's see, I am currently just barely 29 years old, and I currently reside in Chicago, Illinois. Not Illinois, Illinois. And I am surviving the blizzard of 2000 down here enjoying the sunshine. I work for the Chicago Academy of Sciences, and I do a lot of different things for my job, but mostly I go into Chicago public schools and I teach hands-on science to kindergarten through 8th graders, although I try and stay away from those older, kind of attitudinal, obnoxious 8th grader, 7th graders. I like the younger ones so far. But it's very fulfilling. I love my job, and that's what's keeping me in Chicago. Not the gorgeous weather, haha, it's not gorgeous. Let's see, can't think of anything else that I need to say.
Where you went to school?
Oh, yeah, I didn't, yeah, they didn't talk about that. Let's see, I graduated high school, went to Polk Community College, just down the street from here, and got an Associate of Arts degree. Then I went to University of Georgia, and I was a forestry major, and I concentrated in wildlife management. And I moved a bunch of places. I lived in Georgia again, in South Carolina, and then I moved to Michigan, where I was for 3 years, and I did environmental education there, and really enjoyed it. And then I moved to Chicago about 1.5 years ago, and I've been there ever since. So.
And no frostbite.
No frostbite yet.
Cool.
Icicles on your eyelids. On your eyelashes. Yeah.
And you're out.
Hey, Chris, thank you.
Hi, I'm a biker. I play one on TV.
I've got another name for it.
I'm Chris Durham. I'm married to Neva Durham, which is Neva Lawson, which turned into a Neva Durham. She was a victim, I know, but it's okay. We have our son Joshua. He's 6. I work at Grand Court as a maintenance worker, and we have a ministry and called Soldier of the Cross Ministry, and we witness to all sorts of people. And let's see, I got a bike.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And where were you born and how old are you?
Oh, I was born in Gainesville, Florida in 1970. Lived there for 3 months, moved there to Polk County. Ever since there, I can't get out. That's about it, actually. Short and sweet, but sad.
Hi there, I'm Neva Durham, as he just spoke of, and yes, I've been a victim. I used to be a lot.
Parental abuse?
I've been abused. I work for Deco Personnel. I pay about 550 people a week, every week, and I handle all of accounts receivable and collections, unemployment, and workman's comp. Been there for almost 4 years. I really enjoy my job, and we have a wonderful son, Joshua, which you will hear in a moment. I'm 32 years old and was born in Jacksonville, Florida, moved to Pensacola, then to Orlando, then to Kissimmee, then I moved to Polk County, which I can't get out. I think that's all I have to say.
Kind of like an elephant graveyard, isn't it?
Yeah. All right, Joshua, don't come here to die.
Hello, my name is Joshua.
Yep.
Where do you go to school?
At City Elementary.
What grade are you in?
First grade.
And what did you just win last week? Work for
The
Excel
Teacher of the
Reader.
Year award, I bet.
Did you get an award last week? For Excel Reader?
Cookie Eater, probably.
Yeah. Say it. Say it. Can you say it?
I wanted the award.
For what? And how old are you?
6.
And
Could
so what
you-
do you want for Christmas that's on the front of your face? Smile real big. Smile real big.
Well,
And who's your mommy and daddy?
Neva and Chris.
and tell them the name of that nice fellow you had dinner with today.
David.
Say Merry Christmas.
Yeah. What'd your daddy get for Christmas that you really, really want to ride on?
A scooter.
A motorcycle? Your daddy's a biker now, huh?
Blade Runner.
You're gonna shove him in between me.
Second generation.
Hi, I am Marilyn Groves, and I'm married to David Groves. I'm the youngest daughter of Evelyn Kelly. I teach preschoolers in the Head Start program at Mango Elementary School. And this last school year at Meacham Elementary School, where I worked previously, I was elected to be Teacher of the Year from our school. So I get to carry that honor on into the 2001 school year. My hobbies are sewing, which I don't have much time to do, but for Christmas this year, my husband got me an embroidery sewing machine, so I'm sure I'm going to get back to one of my favorite hobbies. I'll just make time to do that. But I spend a lot of time preparing for the children at school, and I like to go garage sailing and to the thrift shops. I think I learned that from my mom, but I enjoy doing that to collect things that would be helpful to the children that I teach at school. And our daughter Kelly is in Minneapolis, Minnesota with our sons James and Kyle, and they were not able to come down for Christmas, and we were not able to go up there for Christmas, so this is our first Christmas part, so we really miss being with them. So she won't be in this video. All right, I guess you'll get to laugh at me in a few years then. Goodbye.
Okay, go get him, David.
You're on.
The problem with these Kelly Wren Shelton people, they're all too smart.
You're on.
You're on. I'm Marilyn's helper. Josh, I want to tell you something. When Marilyn needs something from the attic, she goes, and up the steps I go and bring it back. When she needs something from Walmart's for her Monday assignment for activity, and off I go to Walmart's and get it. When she needs bones buried in the yard for the children to dig up for her paleontology schooling, I bury the dog bones so they can dig up the dinosaurs. Josh, did you know when she needs something made, I get out the jigsaw and the nails and the screws, and I fix it. And when she gets up in the morning to go to school, she sits these 4 or 5 bags by the front door, and while she's getting dressed and putting on that Mary Kay makeup, I load the car, set the table, fix the breakfast, pack her lunch, get her Coke all iced and ready for lunchtime, and take it all to the car. And when we have a Chicago morning, I turn on the car and warm it up so that the heater's on, so she doesn't get cold. Do you want to know what my name is, Josh?
David.
Nope, helper.
Yep.
Okay.
Was definitely it.
Your turn.
What was that?
I'm Evan Kelly, and I'm the mother of this tribe. And grandmother, and great-grandmother. And I live in Bartow, and I have a wonderful family, and they all are so considerate of me and do all kinds of wonderful things for me. And I live alone, but I am able so far to do the things that have to be done, and I will leave that for what I can't do to the rest of them. And it's been a wonderful day, and I've enjoyed being with all of them here.
How old are you?
Huh?
How old are you?
Oh, I'm 88. and running. Very slowly.
And what did you get for Christmas in your kitchen?
Oh, I got a beautiful new installed cabinet in my kitchen that I've been needing and didn't know it. It looks so much better than it did, all that stuff piled up in the corner.
Mm.
And I've got a lot of other lovely Christmas presents too, besides that, but that was such a surprise.
Did you take a trip to Jacksonville lately?
David took me to Jacksonville, and he didn't know it, but I had started a new medication, and it did something to me. I was a zombie the whole time I was there. But we did have a wonderful trip and enjoyed it, being with the family so much.
Who'd you visit up there? Who'd you visit up there?
Huh?
Who did you visit up there?
Oh, I went to stay with my brother and his wife, and while I was there, they had a family reunion out at the beach at one of my niece's houses, and I got to see all of the family, but they had all grown, and I still don't know who I saw. I have a record so that I can figure out who it was, but some of the younger children that have grown, I was really lost about. But we had a wonderful time. And I enjoy my life, my house and the church and the friends in Bartow, and especially my family that's scattered around in the county and
can't get out.
The ones that are so far away that I don't see as often as I'd like to. But it's really a wonderful family to be with.
Thank you.
Somebody, Marilyn, make it. I'm Joyce Lawson, wife of Dell, who's behind the camera. He'll be out here in a minute. Mother of Neva, grandmother of Joshua. And we're hosting Christmas at our house this year. We got compliments of our water heater. We got a new carpet, and in the process, Dell decided we needed new paint. So Dell and Kay repainted while I sat around and goofed off because I was having heart trouble. And last month, I had 3 stents put in my heart, and I now have complete recovery of 100% flow in my coronary arteries, for which I thank God every day. And I'm finding new things I can do all the time that I have not been able to do for at least 18 months and possibly longer.
Like putting mulch down in the yard.
Yeah, like putting mulch in the yard yesterday. Hey, walking's a real blessing. Walking without being short of breath. I continue to work as a physical therapist at Heart of Florida Regional Medical Center in the outpatient therapy department. And I enjoy my work there. We have a real great team there. Lately, most of my non-working time has been spent sleeping in the chair in front of the television, but I hope I'm going to cure that and get back to doing some cross-stitch and some other things now that I've got my circulation back. But, yes. What?
What do you do for recreation?
Huh? Oh, I'm bowling. I'm bowling. Yes, I go bowling on Friday nights. I'm a member of a Friday night league.
Sorry, I did it wrong. It should have been like this.
Yeah. I haven't bowled. Yeah, you're doing it left-handed. I haven't bowled in 26 years until about Father's Day when I was invited to go with the whole family over to bowl with Josh and Neva and their family. And I picked up a 6 or 8 pound ball with little bitty kids' fingers holes in it, and I threw it and I didn't hurt my back. And so I decided this is going to be fun. So I went and got my own 8 pound ball drilled for my hand. And I'm really enjoying it. I've missed about a month of it because of some other commitments. I'm Secretary of the Messiah Association of Polk County, the county's oldest continuous musical organization, has been in existence for 48 years. I've sung with them for the last 6 seasons, and I'm active in the church choir. And I am chairman of the advisory committee for the Polk Community College Physical Therapist Assistant Program. Okay.
Yeah. You done? Okay. Warn me.
Want me to get you down?
Hi, I'm Del Lawson. I'm the wife of the lady that was just sitting here a moment ago.
You're the wife, Mom?
I'm a hooba.
You're the wife of.
Yeah, I really
It's all right. Hey, your slip's showing.
Well, maybe the rumors down the bowl now about me are right. She's laughing. I'll tell you about this sometime. But anyway, I am the husband, of Joyce Lawson, who was just sitting here a moment ago, who does so much for so many. Anyway, I'm a photographer. I have a studio. I was in the shopping center for a while. The expenses got too high, so I moved back into the back of my house here. So basically what I do is I live at my studio, and the studio is almost as much room as a house. This Christmas business has been cool. Actually going to pay my bills this year. And yeah, you like that too, huh, David? And I'm now, 58 years old? Ooh! Oh. I don't even like saying that, because I don't feel it.
David's not a big 6-year-old.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it'll happen, I'm sure. And my biggest hobby that gets me out of the house and doing things is bowling. I've been bowling pretty steady now for about 1.5 years, and I've gotten background noise that's just distracting me all.
You deserve it.
And bowling average is up around 70, 180 in that neighborhood, and I'm pretty happy about that. Looking forward to going to the state contest next year with my partner and friend Kay, who's coming up next. Okay? Yes. Get the fader, dude.
My name is Kay Mijo. I am friends with Del and Joyce Lawson. This is the first year I've gotten to spend Christmas with the family. I'm very glad to be invited. As Del had said earlier, I am a bowler. I average somewhere between 185 and 195, depending on what league I'm bowling on. Currently, my brother and I have a hobby store in the Winter Haven area called Trains and Stuff. Obviously, we sell trains. We also sell doll houses, dolls, and all kinds of neat stuff for kids, including the Thomas stuff that sold very well this year for Christmas. I'm originally from Illinois, born in Berwyn, Illinois, on April 27, 1963, which currently makes me 37 years old.
30 what?
37. Thank you, David.
Sure. Is the Pope a Pole?
Yes, and so am I, actually. My father is Polish. My mother is Danish and Cherokee Indian, so we ended up with a total mishmash of everything in the family. We moved to Florida in 1978. My mother took a cruise to the Bahamas in the middle of February from O'Hare Airport, left her boots and her coat in the airport, flew down to the Bahamas, came back from her vacation, said, "We're going to Florida this summer." So that's how we came to Florida. I graduated from Winter Haven High School in 1981, attended Flagler College in St. Augustine, where I studied deaf ed and elementary ed, transferred to USF, finished up my degree in speech and language pathology, worked for the school board for 3 years, And then after that, my family had a lawnmower shop, needed help in that. Went out to Travis, took lawnmower repairs so I could help out in the lawnmower shop. And after we did that for about 8 years, I started the dollhouse business. Sorry, I'm doing my life story.
That's okay. That's what we want.
Started,
It's a good story.
I started out at the Auburndale Flea Market with my dollhouse business for foot traffic to start with. Eventually, I ended up with a full corner spot there. 2 weeks shy of my 1-year anniversary, got burned out, lost everything.
Why'd you set it on fire?
Thanks, David.
That bad.
And then we found, I met Del through a flea market called Sunshine Flea Market. We were open exactly 3 months to the day when the company we were in there with didn't pay their bills on the mortgage. So we were asked to leave so they could foreclose on the building. Found a building space, and Del came and moved in with us for a while and was there almost a full year before he moved back to the house. And that was about it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas. 2000. Christmas 2000, all right.
We did it in sync, did we not?